I killed Nathan Hale. I had no choice. He was becoming one of them. He could have stopped me, but I think he wanted to die. At least that's what I keep telling myself.
Hello there, Server17 once again, bringing you to Chapter 6 in my Resistance 3 Superhuman difficulty video walkthrough. And this level is called City of the Past. And right then, I just punched those explosive pods. Don't do that. That is not a good idea. I don't know why I did it. I could have taken a lot more damage than I did. I got lucky. It was just one of those impulsive moments of video game madness. And the start of this level makes you think you're going to be taking on a shit ton of those leapers, which are those little things that run around and scour. It's giving you plenty of shotgun ammo. It's teasing you with lots of nests. There's even some graffiti on the wall that says infested. But don't worry, because it never kicks off. It never goes crazy like it used to on the first Resistance, where you'd be walking down a tunnel and the entire front of you had just become an army of those little bastards. What happens here is as soon as you climb up on top of the trains, a handful of them will turn up, and then you fire at the explosive pods on the wall, and it will kill them all. And it's nice and anticlimactic. They're not too bad at all, and they don't play as big of a role on this game as they have in previous games. What is coming up, though, which is a definite threat, is we're going to be going through a factory that is filled with Grims. And I don't know what the Grim, spawn mechanic is on this game, but I could swear to God sometimes it feels like it's an unlimited spawner, because there's an area later on in the game where you have to kill a Widowmaker in New York, and there's a subway tunnel before it, and I had to run through this tunnel because I was sat back defending myself, shooting the Grims, trying to kill them all, and I must have killed about 500 of the bastards, and they still kept coming. So sometimes it's just better to run if you know where you're going. This area coming up, it's much better to defend because you get a gun called the Atomizer, which is fantastic for killing Grims and for killing the creepers, or whatever the fuck they're called. I can't remember what I call them. But you're going to be going up the elevator now with Malikov. He's going to let... That's a Widowmaker, by the way, if you were wondering what I just mentioned. There's one of them. You will fight a creature like that twice throughout the game, I believe. Both encounters are very easy, so don't worry. It looks a lot more difficult than it is. And in here, if you go the long way around this room, you will pick up a shit ton of ammo. And still beat Malikov to the ladder, but for some reason you can't climb it because you have to make a witty remark about him being slow. Which the funny part is, it's not even a remark, it's just a glance. You look at him and he says, "Stop looking at me like that, I'm old," type thing. But he takes ages to climb that ladder, regardless of his age. But what's going to happen is you climb up this ladder, you're going to then pick up, I don't even know what the thing's called, but it enables you to use zip lines. It's like a pulley thing. And then we're going to be going across there where the zip line is to that factory, and that's when shit's going to kick off. So it's on the wall, it's the carabiner, or carabiner. I couldn't see if it had an A there, it was a little bit too quick. But it's one of those things anyway. It enables you to do this, which is a new mechanic. And it's quite lucky actually, because if you think about it, if there wasn't those mattresses there, that would hurt like a bitch. But when you drop down here, a lot of the doors look like these corrugated fences, so watch out for them. They can be a little subtle. And this is a dark area where it automatically turns your torch on. So that's the Atomizer. It is an electricity gun that kind of stuns and electrocutes people. Its secondary function drops a lovely orb that acts as a gravity well, which pulls people in and electrocutes them. And it hangs about for about a minute, so if you're ever overrun and there's a good 10 to 15 Grims in front of you that are about to gang face you, all you have to do is drop one of those gravity wells and you are safe. But I just heard the enemy spawn, then he's just round this corner. The shotgun will kill him instantly if you're close enough, so clean him up. That's some more ammo for the new gun. And when you get to the top of these ladders and you move into this room, you're going to trip the spawn. As soon as you hear the noise, that's the spawn. Now there's going to be a ton of them coming, and they come from all directions except for where we've just come from. So the only safe area is the stairs. And what I do is I run around, try and hoard as many of them as I can, try and get them all herded together, and that's the secondary function of this gun, where you drop that. And what I should be doing here is I should be standing near the gravity well so that the enemies, when they run towards me, they get killed by the secondary function. But for some reason, completely forgot that I put it down, and I decided to just electrocute them the old-fashioned way. Keep listening for any more of the Grims, because you do hear them, they make a cry, and as you can see, there's a lot of them, and they do a bit of damage, so just keep electrocuting them with the Atomizer, swap to your shotgun, drop the gravity wells if you have to, and melee them, because if you shoot them and then you melee them, they will die. It's not like they take a massive beating. And look at that gun. That is such a useful gun for these areas, and there's a couple of them in the game. For everything else, you don't generally use it, because against the Chimera, sure, it's good against one or two. It might be good against a group if they're close, but I never really used it. Against the Grims, it's a lifesaver. So, a bit of trick shot in there, jump shotting and what have you, finishing off with the knife. As soon as it goes quiet, you want to be pushing up. Some of the checkpoints in this game as well are kind of weird. Sometimes they throw them at your left, right and centre. Other times you'll do massive areas and not get one. So just be as careful as you can. You need to really play, make a conscious effort to not do anything too silly or too unpredictably overzealous, because you'll put yourself in a bad situation and you never know how reliable the checkpoint is. So as soon as you push up onto these stairs, more Grims will come. They'll come from behind you, they'll come from the stairs, and you'll notice when I meleeed him with the pistol, it stunned him, and it took 2 more melees to kill him without any gunshots. So it's 3 melees to kill. Not the safest route or strategy there, but it's cleared up a little bit. And when you move up to here, there is going to be more Grims, but the best thing to do is to just push to where you're supposed to go, which is the hole in the roof which leads into the office, which is going to I think you make a catwalk descend by using a button. It's just in here. There's a lot of ammo in this room, so if you're running out, you can get restocked. There's the button, there's the catwalk. As soon as you do that, the Grims are going to stock up outside this room and start beating down the windows, start climbing through the windows, and they can punch you through the windows, as I just found out there when that cheeky bastard did that. So you can wait in this room and kill them as they come in, which is a good strategy, or you can get out and just rush to the end of this section. It's entirely up to you. One thing to note as well, when you go up to a door and you hold square, when you're doing the animation of opening things, you are not immortal, but generally when you get through it, the door will close so quickly that nothing can follow you. So it does work rushing through the levels, and even if you have enemies chasing you, you should survive. The reason I've said that is because there's a couple of sections coming up where I do just that, and it's just something I want to tell people before we get there. So up here, there is a bunch of enemies that will spawn. You do have to trigger them as per usual. I generally get my back in a wall. My wall of choice is over here. Let's have a look. When do they turn up? I know they come. It could be on this part. Yeah, there's a lot of those eggs / nests or whatever the hell they are. There's a lot of life as well. And if you see a lot of ammo and a lot of life, it is the classic cliched signpost telling you that shit is gonna kick off. So here they are, a bunch of Grims. I'm backpedaling like a motherfucker because I got a little bit too far forward there. The Magnum is paying dividends because it is a fantastic gun. I bring the atomizer out once more. Start electrocuting. You can drop the gravity well if you need be. I just did, just in case, and then you can clean up anybody that tries to run away from it. It is such a useful suppressive weapon. It's absolutely sublime. I love it. And then just clean up any stragglers and keep working towards that extra level of damage. And when you think it's empty and it's open, you can push forward, clean up any of the remnants of the Grims, and then you can jump across where he just jumped from and pick up a lovely little ammo cache. That's a secondary function of the shotgun, absolutely devastating when used correctly. That's one of the hedgehog mines, which I hit myself with, which was kind of silly. I should have just been shotgunning. I don't know why I used that mine, but in the spirit of the moment, you just go full hawk. So there's the little cache. Some lovely Magnum rounds, a shrapnel grenade for my troubles, and you've got to jump across this gap. If you don't, you'll fall and possibly die. There is fall damage on this game. I don't know how strict it is. I've never really had an issue. It's probably more relaxed than, say, Deus Ex, which was just bullshit, where you fell off a 5-foot wall and ended up smashing your face in, which I'll never understand because that frustrated me to no end. But when you move through here, you'll be dropping down into office buildings. That's one of the doors you've got to open that's hidden in the corner. There it is. That's going to lead to the next section. A lovely mid-level loading screen, which I just took out. And I get a little bit lost in this section because I forgot you had to shoot the thing on the wall to drop the ladder, and I was looking for a door, and there isn't a door, which is kind of funny. But walk around, pick up your ammo. There will be journals and collectibles to find, but I've already found a bunch of them, so that's why you can't see any. And there's some life on the wall. Up there is the ladder that you can climb up. I think it's the next room where you have to shoot it. Yeah, it is. So here I go listening to the radio, thinking that I can get through the door. When you actually can't get through the door, you need to look up, above me right now, there's a lovely obvious thing to shoot, which is going to drop a ladder, and I just completely mind-farted it, so... My apologies for wasting 30 seconds of your life, but I'll get onto it when I do. So, I'm looking around, I'm looking up, there's nothing. Come on, dude. You're looking in the wrong area. So put the atomizer back on, thinking I could get forward. The door still hasn't opened, I still haven't clicked on. I'm like, where's this fucking door? There's got to be a door somewhere, for Christ's sake. What did I do when I first played? And there's the ladder, and I didn't see it. I tried to shoot the door, because I'm a beast. And then, lo and behold, there's the target you've got to shoot. Completely forgot. There you go. So when you climb up here, you'll be in a lovely cache, basement area place, bedroom, something, no idea. You'll get the Deadeye sniper rifle. You'll be introduced to its power. This is a fantastic gun. The only problem with it now is it no longer slow-mos, so it's a lot harder to get the headshots. And the headshots are usually an instant kill. The only thing they don't kill instantly is the Ravager guy, who's the big fat monkey brute guy with the atomizer. And I think the augers can take a headshot as well. You need to shoot them a few times in the face. But them aside, it's a really good weapon, and its secondary function is a charge shot, which takes a couple of seconds to ready and fire, but when it does, it's devastating. So it's going to really save your ass when you know when to use it. There's a handful of situations where I use it, and it really helps. So just get comfortable with the guns, because one of the best things about having the weapon wheel and about having so many weapons at your disposal is each one of them benefits you in a different situation. So as long as you know what all the functions are for each gun, you will never ever get put in a spot where you don't have a gun that can, you know, get you out of it. And this bit's bullshit coming up. You're going to be walking through this house, and it's going to be a nest of the crawler, creeper, little bastard things. So what I do is I just run through it holding the electricity gun of the atomizer, and I just soak it up, soak the damage up, and get as close to the room that I need to be in as possible. This is a detox, this is a collectible. You don't have to do this. I just ended up doing it because I noticed it. And it's a Dear Santa from a little girl. There is a lot of really good collectibles in this game. A lot of them really pull at the old heartstrings if you're emotionally connected to the game. It's good writing and it's good storytelling, but if you just run past this corridor using your electricity, hold the door, you'll notice I get beat up while I'm doing it. But as soon as you get through, it's immediately closed and you're safe. And that's the end of the level, guys, so I will see you in the next one. As always, thanks for watching, and you take care now.